Hello, everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today we have Mr. Zig in the studio with us, and him and I are going to go over our top 10 favorite rock and roll bands. Mr. Zig, how are you?
I'm doing great, Thomas. How are you, buddy?
I am doing good. Are you ready for this challenge?
I'm ready for it. Yes. Let me clear one thing up, though.
Okay.
There are these, what I consider the top 10 rock bands of all time, or my favorite rock bands of all time.
Yeah, be your favorite.
My favorite. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
The ones that you would see, or if you've seen them.
Okay.
How many of the 10 have you seen?
I have seen 5 of them.
5 of them.
I
Okay.
have seen 5.
Half of them you have seen. So none of them on my list. I've not seen one of them. I would have loved to seen them uh, at my age now. If I could go back to when I was a teenager, go to see some of these guys. Now they're way out of their prime. I mean, I don't think I've got a group that started in the 80s or 90s. Every one of them's in the 70s.
Understood. Well,
So
I think both of us are kind of out of our prime, to be honest with you.
yes, we are. Yep. So, do you want to go first, or you want me to go?
You can go ahead.
Okay. So this my number 10 group that I would have loved to see back in their prime. Never did. Plus, I was in country, so I wasn't a rock and roll guy back in those days. So, but so just to give you a little background and keep you in suspense for a little bit, this group has been active since 1973, and they stopped touring in 2023. No number ones, not even a top 5 single. Only twice have they made it to the top 10, and that was in the 70s with their 2 songs, Beth and Detroit Rock City. Kiss, I would have loved to see Kiss back in their prime.
Well, I have seen them, Thomas. I have seen them. Actually, that was the first band I ever saw.
Really?
And do you know who the opening act was?
No.
It was a 3-piece band from Canada, actually.
Oh my God! They
went by the name of Rush.
Oh my God!
If you can believe that, opening for Kiss back in probably 1977 at the Holman Civic Center in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Oh my God!
So
with Rush, go and see a Rush concert. My God, you're lucky you ain't still there as long as their songs are.
Well, they're good songs though.
Yeah.
Well, as long as they're good. Okay.
That's all in the eyes of the beholder.
Well, Stairway to Heaven lasts forever. Hey Jude lasts forever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a pretty good songs, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're not bad.
Yeah, they did okay for
the
Beatles,
and Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
So, but Kiss would be my number 10 song that or group that I would like to go see.
Okay. That's not bad. It's not a bad start.
Yeah.
Actually have them on my list, but they're not number 10.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
okay, who's your number 10?
My number 10 is a band out of Germany that's been around probably since the 80s. Not really sure. They've sold over 100 million records, so they're very popular.
Oh wow!
So and you probably saw them on MTV. A couple songs that they're well known for, among many, is "Winds of Change," which is a very mellow, kind of put your lighter in the air and wave it back and forth, one of those deals.
Oh, one of those songs.
And then "Rock You Like a Hurricane."
Oh yeah. So that would be the old Scorpions.
That is the Scorpions. That is my number 10 song band, and I have not seen them. So I will go down the list and tell you who I've seen, but I have not seen the Scorpions. Would love to, because I know they do residencies at in Las Vegas.
In Vegas, they're in Vegas
so
now.
I believe they are going to be shortly. So that would be well worth. To Vegas, among other reasons, to go to Vegas.
There you go. Heck yeah. Hell, you're retired now. You can go out to Vegas and
Well,
be a resident with them.
not officially.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
make that clear. I'm not officially retired, okay? So let's cut that rumor right now, kids. It's coming though.
Yeah.
Real shortly, Real
Okay.
shortly.
Well, my number 9 group that I would have loved to see. This group came out with their first album in 1978. Okay, and stopped touring in 2020. Only one number 1 hit and 2 that made it in the top 5. When It's Love peaked at number 5 in 1988. Why Can't This Be Love peaked at number 3 in 1986. Only number 1, Jump, in 1984. Van Halen, I would have loved to see them, but I tour on, David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar. I'm a big Sammy Hagar fan. I love Sammy, but I don't know. Van Halen, of course, the best guitar player, ever. I would say he best guitar player.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. So my number 9 would be Van Halen. I would like to see, and probably with either one of the lead singers.
Well, I was going to say, who would be your favorite if you had one choice to go see Van Halen again? Who would you want the lead singer to be?
Yeah, Sammy Hagar by far.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, Sammy Hagar by far. And you look at the funny thing about it, researching this group is that in 1984 they had their one and only number 1 hit, but at the time Jump went to number 1 in 1984. 1985, David Lee Roth quits the band. He's going to go on his solo career doing cover songs. So I don't get that, but that's what happened. So
yeah, things happen when
Yeah.
you're with people all the time. You're on the road and.
Yeah. Since 1978. Well, 1978 is when they come out with their first album.
Yeah.
They were actually like 72 when they started, in
Came out.
the bars and clubs.
That's a good band.
Yeah.
They're on my list, but they're not number 9. How about that?
Okay. Who's your number 9?
Now, yeah. Have to take into account my list is a little more hardcore, a little heavier than Mr. Tom's.
Yeah.
I'm almost sure of it, gang.
Yeah.
I just know it very well. And but I have to set the record straight. Tom used to play in a band,
Yeah.
so he's more experienced at this than I.
Yeah.
So, probably should.
That was a long time ago.
Well, it's okay.
And it was country.
But you still play the guitar.
Yeah,
So let's,
yeah.
we get that. Well, we've seen you on YouTube play the guitar.
Yeah.
So, look up his channel there, kids,
Yeah.
because he's on there playing. My number 9 is one of the MTV favorites that, came out back in the 80s that, still are sort of around today. The lead singer, I think, is out doing his own thing. So, I don't know. One of their lead guitar players passed away, so I don't know. I'll just throw it out there. Rat is one of my favorites.
Oh.
It's just I like the guitars, I like the ripping sound, and just the beat of the drums, and just that heart pounding, rip your heart out kind
Right.
of music.
And they played here in Decatur.
They played. That's what I saw.
Back in 84.
I did see him play in Decatur.
Yeah.
So 84. A couple years ago. Like 40, believe it or not. 40 years ago was 1984.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yes, hang on.
Time is going by fast.
It is, yes. Getting there.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, Rat would be mine. They had Round and Round, their biggest hit.
Yeah.
But
right.
there are a lot of hits they have that aren't played on the radio, because radio doesn't really play
Yeah, they're
a
not.
lot of heavy rock and roll music.
Right.
It's more your contemporary, alternative, Yeah, it's a lot of dance music out there, kids. If you want
Right.
to dance,
Well, there ain't rock and roll channel for new rock and roll stuff, and of course, is there a rock and roll bands anymore?
well, how would you know?
Yeah,
How would you know?
never
I'm sure there's some out there, seeing young ones out there.
Right.
But
Well, back in the '80s, you knew.
how you gonna learn about them? I guess you could
Right.
do your homework and find them, but
Yeah.
not like it used to be, but nothing else really is. So anyway, that's my number 9, Rat.
Right. Okay. So my number 8 group is this group came out with their first album in 1980. They broke up in 1988 and got back together in 91 and have been touring ever since, with 6 singles in the top 10 and 3 of them in the top 5. Loverboy is my 8th pick. Now, Loverboy, I didn't realize this, but they actually played here in the Decatur celebration when we had that going on.
Yes, they did.
And I didn't know, I didn't get to see them. That would have been a band that I would have seen.
You might have been working second shift then.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because that was that far back.
Right.
So, not bad. That's a good band.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that one. That's,
They're still touring.
they're still trying.
But boy, they I don't know, with this backtrack stuff going on, you got to wonder if old Mike still got the pipes that he had back in the 80s.
Yeah, they're still touring. Actually, they're touring this summer, I know, in Chicago with Sammy Hagar.
Oh, well,
So,
there you go. We kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
yes, you could. You could
Yeah.
chew off your list
There you go.
of
There
the
you
10 that you
Yeah.
haven't seen.
go.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Tom's never seen any of his favorites.
And I'm done.
I guess
None.
they weren't as favorite as we
No.
thought.
There was 2 that I had on that I was going to put on my list that I had seen. Night Ranger and 38 Special.
You could have saved them till the end. We could have,
Oh, a
Special
little bit.
mention there.
Okay,
You
we'll
could've-
save that.
okay.
Okay.
Throw it out there.
Yeah.
For Christ's sake. Anyway,
Can't take me anywhere.
I think I'm at your house. Yes, this is Tom's house. Actually, his basement. Okay, it's almost like a dungeon. But anyway,
Now you're number 8,
my number 8 is a band you might probably never even heard of. A
probably.
lot of people have heard of this, but I'm talking about the band. I'm not talking about the car. Let's get that out there straight. The band's name is Tesla.
Tesla. Yep.
Tesla from California.
Yep.
They still out there today, still playing. I think maybe the 4 original guys are in it. Actually, yes, 5 guys. I'm sorry, 5 guys are in the band. But
Wow.
it's
And
just,
how old are they?
they're
Have they been
probably-
around a while?
They're probably in their 50s. They
Oh.
might be in their 50s.
Oh, so they're
but,
not a 70s band.
No,
They're about
no,
an 80s?
no. They're probably an 80s, late 80s
Oh, okay.
band. But a few of their songs is modern day cowboy love song, What You Give. It's not too heavy. It's not too
Right.
light. It's not going to put you to sleep.
Right.
It's just a good show. And I have not seen them. I have a chance to go see them this summer, and I still might go.
Uh-oh.
That's
Where,
up in
where
the
are
air.
they at?
They're going to be in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Oh,
By
okay.
golly, Terre Haute rocks, baby. Let
Yeah,
me tell you,
yeah.
they do over there. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to see them here in Decatur. I guarantee you.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, that's my number.
Well, I wouldn't say that. We might get them.
It'd be a great band to have down
Yeah.
by the lake. It would be, boy,
Yeah.
that would be great.
Okay. Well, my number 7 band,
Yes.
they came out in 1975.
Year I graduated high school.
The year
You
you
guys all can
graduated.
figure out how old Mission Zig is.
And they are still touring today. They only had one number 1 hit. One number 1 hit. And that was Amanda. And I think I would really like to see Boston, but unfortunately, I think their lead singer committed suicide. Right?
No.
No.
Oh, you might be right. The guitar player, the guy who started the band, is still around.
Oh,
But I
okay.
think you might be right on the lead singer.
Yeah, I thought the lead singer. I
Yeah.
heard that the lead singer. If
Tom,
he didn't, then
I think it's Tom Schultz is the
Right.
lead guitar player and who started the band,
Right,
for lack of a better word. You might be right on that.
Yeah,
It's
but
60s, though.
Boston, I mean, they had a lot of good stuff out.
They had
But-
2 good albums.
Yeah,
You know, I don't remember Amanda.
you don't.
No, I don't. I remember.
Well, ain't it funny that that's their only #1 hit?
I don't look back.
Don't
No,
look back. Did not. No.
The only Amanda I know, I think, if you can correct me, Mr. Country, is Don Williams.
Don Williams.
Did he
had-
sing
yeah,
Amanda?
That was a
There you
different
go.
song though.
Oh,
And-
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Same name but different.
Oh,
different
okay.
tune. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
yeah.
My number 7, and this is the first band I've seen in concert, and I have seen them 6 times.
Oh my gosh.
So Tom probably knows who this is.
Yeah.
You know, it's Gene, Paul,
And I go say their number
Ace.
one
and Peter.
two songs are Beth and Detroit Rock
For
City.
real. They put on a hell of a show.
Yeah.
And I know they were 70-some years old when they, retired, so-called retired.
Yeah.
We'll see how long they stay retired, but
Right, right.
and they're probably using backtracks.
Well,
But that's
according
okay.
to the info that I got, they retired last year. Was their final.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah.
But they put on the show. It's
Right.
it's a
Well, with them too, though, especially in the later years,
yeah. Well,
was it live or was it memory?
sure, but I mean, I don't think the music's that great. I went more for the show. It's
Right,
almost like
yeah.
a circus.
Yeah.
It's a lot of explosions, a lot of
Right.
car crashes. It seems like on stage, and kind of stuff people
Right.
tend to want to go watch. But yes, my number 7 band is, if you haven't guessed by now, it's Kiss. And,
Yeah.
Grew up a big Kiss fan. Still am.
Oh, I did too.
Still am today. Love
The 13 and 14-year-old Tom would look at the 60-year-old Tom and say, "What the hell? You bought I bought all 4 of their individual albums, and yeah, I was a big Kiss fan back
Yeah.
when I was a teenager.
Well, yeah, but I mean, even back then, you looked at it and go, "Who in the hell would paint their face
Yeah,
and come out there and play?"
Yeah.
But now it's
yeah,
normal.
right.
I mean, go to Walmart, you see
Yeah.
all kinds of shit there in the aisles. Let's be
Yeah.
honest, people dress
You're
certain
right.
ways. They got things sticking out of their face left and right, and I mean, I don't care. You can do that all you want. But,
Right. Well, Kiss is a good band. I think if you could see them in their prime, if I could have seen them in their prime, I think I would have.
Yes, like I said, that was the first band I saw in Terre Haute in 70, maybe 77 or 78.
Really.
Saw them.
Yeah.
And, it was
Okay.
a hell of a show. Anyway.
All right. Well, my number
on
6.
with the countdown.
Yeah. My number 6 group came out in 1976. And
Now,
still-
Tom, how old were you in 1976?
I was 13.
13.
Well,
Okay.
depending on what year or what part of the year it was.
Well, okay.
Yeah. I could have been 12 or I could have been 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
just curious to
Right.
see how you related to this
Yeah.
music when you were 13 years old.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what
I know.
I know
Kiss.
what I was doing at
Right.
13.
Right. I know Kiss. I was really big into Kiss.
Okay.
So, but this group came out in 1976 and still touring today. This group had 14 top 20 hits. One hit the number 1 spot for 2 weeks in a row. It's I Want to Know What Love Is. And another reached the number 2 spot for 10 weeks in a row, Waiting on a Girl Like You. They, without those 2, never did go to number 1. They never had a number 1 hit. And of course, it's Foreigner.
Four. Yes.
Yeah, I would like to have seen Foreigner back when Graham was the lead singer.
Well, they did play at the Celebration with Lou Graham.
Yeah, well, I know Lou Graham was at the Celebration.
Well, I mean,
I don't remember. Maybe Foreigner was there.
well, he sang Foreigner songs. I mean,
Well, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I don't know what else Lou Graham's going to sing, and he might have had some solo stuff.
Well, yeah,
out that I don't
Midnight Blue.
Midnight Blue was a good song.
Yeah.
Really good song.
Yeah, he said he wrote that for Foreigner, and then all the crap went down with him.
Yeah.
But you know what? Here's what I'm proud of. That, by God, The Hall of Fame might keep them out of their doors, but they're on my list. By God.
That's all that matters.
That's right. That's right.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Now.
All right. On to number 6.
Yes, sir.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Number 7.
Number 7.
Yeah.
Is a band you had on your list.
Okay.
And I saw them in probably 80, 81 in Indianapolis. I had to go to Indianapolis or Terre Haute to see the really good shows.
All the good stuff.
And this was with the original members. And it was Van Halen.
Van Halen.
And all I can remember is David Lee Roth in the middle of it. You know, Eddie was getting ready to play a guitar solo, and he kind of yells out, "Here's the greatest guitar player you're ever going to hear." And I thought, wow, boy, he was right.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, they were just starting out. I thought, wow, that guy just.
Yeah, they in 1981. Hell, they didn't even have a number 1 hit.
Oh no,
They're number 1.
It might have been even late 70s when I saw them. I can't remember for sure, but they played stuff like off the first and second album, which I think is top notch. But you know.
Yeah. What Running with the Devil?
Running with the Devil, Atomic Punk. You know, Somebody Get Me a Doctor. I mean, just stuff you don't hear anymore. Which you'll hear it if you're riding around with
Dance
Mr.
the
Zip.
Night Away, which cover song.
Is a cover song. Yeah. But they still did it well. But anyway, that's my number.
Oh yeah, I like the way they do that.
That's my number 7.
In fact, I got it on my iPhone. Dance the Night Away.
Yeah. Well, we played if we could hear it.
Right. Yeah.
But
we could hear it. It'd be them that couldn't hear it. But,
what the hell did I just hear?
Yeah, the computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
on to number
5.
6.
No, you just did 6.
No, I did stuff. Did I? Oh, I did. On to number 5. Sorry, Walter. I've been in school a while. Haven't been to work in a while either. I couldn't think of it.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
All right. So this group recorded their first album in 1971.
Okay. You had to be 6 years old, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Anyway.
8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
And have sold more than 40 million records. Have 13 top 40 hits. 2 of them going all the way to number 1. And that is Keep On Loving You and Can't Fight This Feeling Anymore. I would love to see REO Speedwagon here in Decatur if all the freaking tickets didn't go by so fast.
Well, you snooze, you lose,
Yeah,
driver.
I'll tell you, hell,
You know how that goes.
We 10 o'clock they went on sale, 10:02 they were sold out. Crazy.
I understand, but they're still popular today.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big deal coming to Decatur.
Right. Yeah.
You know, they're from Illinois, so you know, and they're going to pull in people from all over the area, around the area to come watch them.
Right.
And, can I tell you, I've seen them too.
I've
seen some people on your list that you haven't. Yes, I did. I saw them when they had Gary Richrath.
Oh my God!
You know, playing lead guitar when they played real rock and roll. And then they went through that soupy shit that I'm sorry. You know, I mean, can't fight this feeling's a nice song.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a belly rubber.
Well, yes, it was. Yes. Yep. But anyway, so REO's okay.
Yeah. So you're number 5.
My number 5 is a band. I'm sure they formed in 1970. I actually wrote it down. This one, sorry.
Wow.
I did a little homework on some of this shit, not much. But you know the 2 guys in it, Stephen and Joe. Does that give you a hint there?
Yeah. I'm gonna put them on my list.
They're not on your list. Well, by God, kids, Aerosmith is on my list because that is probably, some would argue, the best band ever to come from America. Now that's always an argument that everybody can have, but you know, for longevity, they've been around for 54 years. And,
I'm gonna say, that's a good statement because the last 5 bands that I have called off, the 6 bands I've called off, come from America.
Yeah.
Well, no, Foreigner didn't. So 5.
Yeah. Aerosmith is my 5th band. They're just, what can you say? They've had hits.
Right. Oh yeah.
They've
but
only had one hit.
I was gonna say
one.
they are another band that had a lot of songs out there, but never had a number 1.
Never.
Not one.
They had
yeah,
one. Was that from
Armageddon song?
The song.
Yeah. And you put me on the spot. I can't think of the name.
I can't think of the name.
I know Mark Chestnut on the countryside did that song.
And Armageddon is on every damn night. I don't know why we can't remember that song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you watch Shawshank Redemption?
No.
It was on last night.
Oh, really?
I was going to call you. Say, hey, it's on again. You need this. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I knew you hadn't seen it, and I thought I was going to give you a buzz. Anyway, go right ahead. I started to ramble.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
I'll do that sometimes.
Bless your heart.
Whoa, okay, there we go. Yeah.
So my number 4 group debut album was in 1972. Huh?
Man, okay, I was in a sophomore in high school, 1972. So, yeah.
Well, here's another one.
So I'm sure it's somebody I'm really going to like.
Yeah.
I'm sure of that.
Yeah. So they have 5 number 1 hits, and they beat out Michael Jackson's Thriller album for the best-selling album in the United States, and that would be the Eagles.
Good call.
Yeah, I would like to see them, the original. I mean, but I think they would have been a great band.
Well, next week we're gonna go see a tribute band.
Yeah.
Of the Eagles.
Yeah.
Downtown.
What's Take It Easy? No, not Take It Easy.
That's one of their songs.
Yeah, I thought that was the name of I know the group that we're seeing.
Heartache Tonight.
Heartache Tonight. It was the name after one of their songs.
If you've seen them, drop us a line. Let us
Yeah.
know how they are. We're going next Friday night.
Yeah.
Down at the Lincoln in Decatur, Illinois.
Yes.
Tickets are available.
Yeah.
As far as I know. Don't take that to heart.
Yeah. So your number 4 song?
My number 4 band too. Not my number 4 song. But that's okay. I know.
Right.
Don't get flustered there, Walter. Bless your heart.
Bless my heart. God damn.
Anyway, mine is still touring today. Stadium tours still.
My
Stadium.
goodness.
So they're that damn good still. Is even though they've had a few anxious moments in the group, but my number 4 band is Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
I just think for a rock and roll band with all the music they put out, it's I know it's a little hardcore, heavy metal sort of, but
Right.
it's I think they've had a good career.
Right.
Even putting up with Axl Rose every now and then. At the beginning of his career, he was probably an ass.
Oh, he was a pothead. That's why I never put him on my list, because I with them, one thing didn't go his way, and he canceled the show and walked out.
I'm just going with the music, though.
Right.
I mean, I just I think the music. After we saw tribute band in Decatur,
right,
it kind of made me remember how many great songs they've had. And that tribute band we saw, Son of a Gun, at the Lincoln was. That was a great tribute band.
Yes.
It really was.
I would much rather see a tribute band do Guns N' Roses than to see Guns N' Roses. Now Slash, I like Slash. He's a good guitar player.
Yes.
But when you associate yourself with a guy like Axl, then it all goes downhill.
Yeah.
But so
okay. Well, on to
number 4 is Guns N' Roses for you.
Guns N' Roses for me. Yes.
Okay.
I just think.
All right. Well, my number 3 group.
Okay.
This is actually this group's first album came out in 1980, so they are a young.
Okay, you've left the 70s, thank God. Hey, you've moved to the 80s.
Yes. So this band has sold over 100 million albums worldwide and have 2 albums go RIAA Diamond certified.
Which means?
I don't know what the
Okay.
RIAA means.
What's diamond mean?
Diamond.
Mean they sold 10 million?
Yeah, they sold, well,
Or 20 million?
making them 1 out of 5 rock bands with 2 original stadium albums selling more than 10 million copies in the United States. And that band would be Def Leppard. I would like to see them, and they're still touring.
Yes,
I know
they're doing stadium shows.
Yeah, and they're going to be St. Louis, July 6th, I believe, down there with Journey and Cheap Trick. Is it Cheap Trick?
Cheap Trick. Yes.
I think it's those 3.
I believe so. But
right.
Well, I'm going to jump right in here then. My third band is Def Leppard also.
Oh, shut
so,
up.
how about that?
Huh?
We have one thing in common.
Yeah.
By golly. Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I'm just a bigger fan of the newer, not the newer music they put out. Their first couple albums, years. I think it's just a little bit heavier, a little bit more, this or that. But
right.
You can only do what you can do with one arm.
Right.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're hitting the drums.
Yeah. Bless his heart. I mean, he does
it. He does a hell of a job.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does all that stuff, but very cool. But Def Leppard.
He should get twice the pay. He's working twice as hard.
I'm sure he's getting paid twice. Yeah. No, but when that comes on the radio, it gets turned up to 11, as they say.
Yeah.
That's you can't go wrong with Def Leppard.
Right.
On to number 2.
Number 2. In 1975, this band released their debut album.
Year I graduated. Okay, this ought to be interesting. Go right ahead, Tom.
They had 2 #1 hits in the U.S. They have sold over 200 million albums, with 1 album selling over 64 million copies. The album is Back in Black, and the 2 #1 hits are Big Gun and Stiff Upper Lip. And AC/DC is my number 2.
Well, I'm stunned by that. Come on. No dirty deeds.
No. None.
Shoot the thrill?
No.
You shook me all night long? Not #1s?
No.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Those are
the hell was Michael Jackson kicking their ass back then, too, in 1980? That's what I can think of. But, I don't know when Thriller came out, but
I seen that and I said no. I had to go to another page.
Did you
make sure that this is the National Enquirer page or something.
Don't believe everything you see on Wikipedia, for Christ's sake,
Right, because I'm like, oh,
boy, I've got to look that up when we get done here. That doesn't seem right. I mean,
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Now it might have been a page that jerking me around. I don't know, but that's what they
Stiff Upper Lip.
Stiff Upper Lip and Big Gun. I ain't never heard.
I've heard Big Gun.
Oh, you have heard?
Yeah, I've heard Big Gun.
Never...
Stiff Upper Lip, I thought was an album.
Yeah.
Cover. I didn't know that was a single.
Yeah, that's what it said in my research.
Not a whole lot of Rosie.
No.
I could go right down a list of AC/DC songs.
I was shocked.
I'm shocked too.
I'm like, what the hell?
I'm skeptical.
Yeah.
As they say. I'm very skeptical of that. Anyway, okay, thanks.
Well, if I'm wrong, let me know. In the comments below, let me know.
Anyway, what are we up to?
Number 2.
Number 2 song. Okay, my number 2 is they're still touring today. Not with 4 original guys. They have 3 of the original guys still in the band. One guy died in a bus crash many years ago. Died in a bus crash. And they had to replace him. They've replaced him with a couple of bass players. Anyway, you and I both saw a tribute band
Uh-oh.
of this group, Indicator, last year, and I don't know. It was tough between 1 and 2. I went ahead and put in number 2. It's the Mighty Metallica.
Metallica.
I just think when it
Yeah.
comes to rock, that's
Yeah.
it's a little bit of thrash, but it's just
Yeah,
you
that
know.
tribute band, was that Four Horsemen or something?
Four Horsemen. Yes,
Yes.
you're right. I couldn't think of the name. You're right.
Yes.
Fourhorsemen.net if you want to look it up.
Because I thought about that, and then I thought of the wrestling back in the day. Rick,
yes.
Rick
Flair.
Flair and all.
Yes,
yeah,
those
Four
guys.
Horsemen.
Yes.
Yeah, Four Horsemen. Yeah,
I
they
believe WrestleMania is this weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
tonight. Yeah,
Is it
tonight, tomorrow.
Yeah, so,
Yep.
Metallica. Just I've never seen them, but I would still love to go see them.
Yeah.
I just think it's
Yeah, and those guys, I mean, they're not too, they're not up in the 70s or anything
no,
like that. I mean,
and they're they do things their way.
Right.
They just started their band, came up with this sound,
right.
and it sold. People said, "I like that. I
Right.
like that. It's different. It's different from almost everything."
Right.
But, Metallica is my number 2,
Right. Okay.
and here we are.
Yeah.
I'd ring the bell for number 1 if the bell would work.
Yeah.
Maybe if you could hear it, I'd ring the bell. We have a lot of sounds on the board that don't come through the screen. We're going to get that figured out here.
Yes.
There's
yes.
got to be a way for that to happen.
That's got to be.
Yes.
Got to be.
Because we're having a lot of fun with the buttons.
Right. Right.
But you can't hear them. Go ahead, Tom. What's your number 1?
My number 1, of course, drum roll, please.
Yes.
Yeah. So I know you know my number 1. We talked about a little bit about it. Well, you guessed it when we were putting this together. You guessed my number 1. But this band has seen its greatest success between 1978 and 1987, when this guy was the lead vocals. They released a series of hit songs, in which in 2009, this song became the top-selling track in iTunes history among songs not released in the 21st century. They had 19 top 40 singles, no number 1s, 6 singles in the top 10, with 2 of them in the top 5. Who's Crying Now, number 4, and Open Arms, number 2. Top selling song in 2009, Don't Stop Believin', only made it to number 9 in 1981. Number 9 is where that song stopped in 1981 when it was released.
And they still play it all the time.
Yeah, everybody. I mean,
which is
yeah.
It's a good song. But
Yeah.
I think they wore it out.
Yeah, and all 3 of their big selling songs came from the Escape album. And I guess I don't have to say that Journey would be my all-time favorite band that I would, the original, well, Steve Perry, I would have loved to go and see them. I mean, that was a hell of a band.
Okay. You haven't seen them.
Never seen them. Poor old Steve, I don't think he could hit those notes today.
Probably not. Well, you haven't seen anybody on your list, have you?
Never seen no one. No, I made that clear first.
Well, I think you need to get after.
I know, yeah.
Some of these guys
Yeah.
are not going to be a lot.
Oh, there's a lot of
They're
them
not
that's
going to be
not.
around much longer.
Yeah. I mean, Def Leppard, I'm trying to go see them in St. Louis in July, but I don't know.
We should go. Leave the wives at home. Oh, boy,
Yeah.
Did that just get out?
Yeah. You don't want them to hear that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and
That's a nice list.
Yeah.
It's not a bad list. A lot of 70s.
Right.
A little bit bleed into the 80s a little
Right.
bit. So,
Yep. So.
Well, my number 1 is on your list, but
Oh.
they're my number 1.
Oh, okay.
That's one we had a little fun with.
And I didn't think too much about
No. Well, not to put them number 1, of course. But,
Yeah.
mine is the Thunder from Down Under.
them. Yeah.
The
Mr.
Thunderstruck. With the,
Yeah. That was a good cover band.
I have seen them in
Yes.
concert.
Yeah.
And I didn't see him.
You actually seen AC/DC?
Yes, I did not see them with Bon Scott, the original
Yeah,
singer.
right,
He had
right.
passed away before I'd seen him. I saw him with Brian Johnson,
Right.
who sings with him, I think, still today.
Yeah. I mean,
And I saw him at Illinois State, up at by the college, in an auditorium up there. And all I can remember, and I usually can remember the start of concerts, something about that sticks in your head when you
Right,
see
right,
a band
yeah.
for the first time, is Brian Johnson comes out swinging on a damn bell. And he's got like a sledgehammer in his hand, and he's banging that bell, you know.
Oh, wow.
And the first song they come out with is Hell's Bells.
Hell's Bells.
And I thought, that is so damn cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, I've listened to AC/DC from the first album, you know,
Right.
Let There Be Rock. I mean, I watched the video yesterday. You know, I
Yeah.
don't know why. Just trying to do a little homework here for this, but
Right, right.
and that is my number one band.
Number one band.
Yeah, if I was stuck on an island, had one album I could take, it would be Let It Be Rock. I think.
Let It Be Rock.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be Back in Black.
No. That's I'm more Bon Scott.
64 million copies. That.
I am more of a
Album,
Bon
so.
Scott guy when
Yeah.
it comes to AC/DC than Brian Johnson.
And Back in Black, they said was a tribute to Bon
To Bon Scott,
Yeah.
yes, because he had passed away. That was the first album Brian Johnson did.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you know, and sometimes, like they say, if you're not around for a while, then you come back.
right,
People will really flock in there. You know, they were gone for
right,
I don't know how long in
Right.
between, but and people were just egging, just couldn't wait to
Right.
get an AC/DC album.
right.
And that's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, you know, there's nothing wrong with that album. No.
In the research I did about AC/DC, they said they were going to split up when Scott passed
Bon
away.
Scott passed away.
Yeah, but his parents encouraged him to go on.
Keep going on.
And in fact, Brian Johnson, Bon Scott, told the young brothers about him and said, "You need to get with this guy. If anything happens to me, get with this guy."
Well, it's worked out well.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty good. But,
Oh yeah, yeah. There's no doubt.
anyway, that's our top 10.
Yeah.
Did you have any special mention? Any you know?
Oh, yeah.
Did you have?
See-
I've got some that we didn't say.
Oh yeah,
I'm thinking, you know, ZZ Top could have made it easily.
yeah.
You know, Black Sabbath, Deep Purple. I know there's Led Zeppelin fans out there, but
Yeah.
you know, I'm just more into Poison.
I thought that I do have one, but
Did
I
you?
didn't bring it with me of the others that I had put on there.
Yeah.
The 38 Special was on there. I seen them.
Yes.
Night Ranger. I've seen them twice. And then I started to do one just to piss you off a little bit,
Oh, go
but
ahead.
I thought,
Go ahead,
no,
Oh,
I'd better not.
which one would that be?
I started to put on my top 10, but number 10, Huey Lewis and the News.
Okay. Yeah. He's working for a living still. God bless you.
Yeah.
He
No,
is-
he's going deaf. He has quit touring. He's going deaf.
Wow.
Yeah. So he doesn't tour anymore.
They were hot at the time.
Oh my
They
God!
were-
Back
they
there
were-
in the early '80s, yeah, they couldn't do anything
You
wrong.
know, I mean, what song do you hear all the time when
Yeah.
you watch Back to the Future?
Oh yeah, yeah. He wrote that theme song. That's supposed to be a theme song.
Power of Love, isn't it?
Power of Love,
I
yes.
mean, you hear that all the time.
Yes.
I mean, it's a great song. But
Yeah, and I think he missed his calling because him and Sammy Hagar, neither one of those guys ever did a tearjerker song. Never did. And I think Sammy Hagar would have the voice for a slow tearjerker song instead of that yelling high, you know, what he does. But I think Huey Lewis, I think that he would really done a good job on a slow
yeah,
country
I
song.
think so too. Here's a few other bands that, you know, I wrote down that didn't make the list. Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi, I had them. Yep.
Did you have them?
Yep.
I thought Motley Crue
Motley Crue,
was another one. Poison.
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 Yeah.
I mean, it was hard to leave off the list.
Yeah.
I mean, these are, you know,
Yeah.
ones. Of course, you could say the Beatles, but this
Yeah.
is supposed to be our
Hell, you
favorite.
did. The
our
Rolling
favorite
Stones, you could have said.
I left off. It's hard to believe I left this one. Judas Priest.
Judas
Because I'm
Priest, yeah.
Pretty into the heavier music,
Yeah.
so to speak. But anyway, That's about all I got.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Heart. You could have put Heart on there.
Heart would have
You know,
been
would have
good.
been a good one.
I was
Really
thinking
good
about
one.
putting them
Yes.
on there,
Yes.
but then I thought, well, that's a duo. That's not a
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
But
think
yeah,
that's a
I didn't
band.
know if it was.
like when you said ZZ Top. I'm like, I didn't think of them as a group.
You didn't?
No, they're a
They're three
three-piece
guys.
band.
Yeah, they're three guys, and they all
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much,
you're right. Yeah, they could have been.
could have been on there.
But yeah.
I mean, they were huge.
But that I wouldn't. ZZ Top. I could care less.
They were huge in the MTV days.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
where they made their hay.
Yeah,
I've seen them too.
Yeah.
Everybody gives a damn.
Yeah, but you
I've
seen
too.
them? What did they open, or did Brooks and Dunn? Who
They-
opened for them?
They opened. Brooks and Dunn opened for ZZ
For
Top,
ZZ Top.
Yes.
Man, that's
which was. And Brooks and Dunn did not make the list, but by God, they're really damn good.
yeah. Well, this is rock and roll.
Oh.
Mister. Yeah.
So-
We'll do the country. The country
Oh,
group.
Okay.
Uh,
At another
yeah.
time, we'll do.
Yes,
top,
yes. We'll put that on our list to do the country
the
group.
top 10 country
Yeah.
groups.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
No, we can do that too sometime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get it on the list.
That's all I got. Hope this was entertaining.
Yes. Yep. That's our favorite 10 groups that Zig's seen half of his, and I haven't seen any of mine. And it's too late to put them on the list to go see. So, we hope you enjoy. Please subscribe, and any comments, your favorite groups, or what groups you know that we left off, or if you think we're morons for having the groups that we have on our top 10 list, comment below, and we sure appreciate it. And you guys have a great time, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.